An epilogue to the movie bearing the same name, The Amazing Spider-Man isn't the sharpest game in the graphics department or the most interesting in the boss fight category, but it is fun to play. Once again, you're the old webhead, there's an open world to explore, and the day needs saving. What else could we ask for in a movie tie-in? Except for sharper graphics and better bosses.
What the?
The Amazing Spider-Man's kryptonite is its presentation. The loads are long and feature this Twitter clone from in-game citizens, but none of them have avatars or anything interesting to say. In-game, the buildings look ho-hum, and Spider-Man's fighting animations aren't that impressive. Environments are barren or blocky, cutscenes seem stiff, and it just doesn't have the polish of an enthralling open-world game. However, the one very sweet spot to the visuals is web slinging. When Spidey's shooting through the sky, the camera's pulled in tight, he tumbles through the air and buildings whiz by. It's invigorating, it's exciting. In terms of story, The Amazing Spider-Man makes sure to spoil a whole bunch of the plot points from the unreleased film, like who lives and who dies. And it also packs a bunch of B-listers like Scorpion and Rhino. New York changes as a virus slowly infects its residents, but it's the Black Cat mission that really stands out as something cool. The rest are just fun, but repetitive tasks for Spider-Man to tackle.
You can take him on, right? Try this on for size. Hurts me more than it hurts you.
Missions have you sneaking through sewers or brawling in Oscorp. Spidey has to dodge lasers and rip down turrets, but combat comes down to either attacking from the shadows or fighting enemies head-on. Does that sound familiar? The system is nearly identical to that of developer Rocksteady's Batman games. When Spider-Man's close to an unsuspecting bad guy, he can perform a stealth takedown to incapacitate the foe. When he's engaging a group, he can bounce back and forth between the villains and reverse whenever his spider sense goes off. It's a proven good time and one I was happy to experience again and again, but The Amazing Spider-Man does little to vary the format. Now these fighting principles play into the open world stuff too. As you get your bearings in New York, side missions start popping up. Muggers, escape mental patients, blimp challenges, and so on. Your mini-map becomes filled with things to do, but once again you quickly discover these are the same missions over and over again. I mean, only one car in this city gets into high-speed chases. If there was ever a time for the NYPD to profile, this would be it. But again, I really didn't mind the repetition. I mean, it breaks the suspension of disbelief and brings the game down as a product, but similar to the way most of us love Spider-Man 2 on the PS2, it's just fun to swing around and help citizens. It might not be super challenging or engaging, but I smiled every time I snapped a photo for the annoying reporter and saw my XP gauge fill on the way to another Spidey upgrade. Developer Beanox heard how much we all like to just swing around New York and added a new ability for Spidey called Web Rush. Here, with the press of a button, the view goes first person and we can see all the places Spider-Man can zip to, flagpoles, water takes, so on, and then choose one to send him to. It's an elegant way to get to hard to reach places and cool down during fights, but it's also a way to tackle the game's true challenge. See, there are comic pages hidden all around New York that unlock real comics for you to read from the extras menu. Trouble is, there are 700 pages to collect and no ability that adds their locations to your map. If you wanted a reason to explore Manhattan for hours upon hours, you now have it.
It's too late.
And strangely, it's...
Moving on.
There are plenty of sticking points with The Amazing Spider-Man, from its awkward opening to its lack of visual polish. But they shouldn't be enough to scare true believers off. Swinging through New York and getting the drop on the 500th baddie kept me playing, even if the flaws kept this game from being great. For exhaustive coverage on the menace known as Spider-Man, and I mean movies, comics, TV, and games, stick to IGN.com. Like, stick with your webs. It's a Spider-Man joke. Excelsior!